There's two big mistakes when it comes to filing bankruptcy. And the first mistake is debtors who try to file bankruptcy on their own. There are just so many pitfalls and statutes that you need to be aware of that if you try to do it on your own or hire someone who's just a document preparer who can't give you legal advice, you may be walking into a big mess. So the best advice I can give you on that is to spend the time, go over your assets, go over your issues with an attorney. The second biggest mistake I see people making is not telling their attorney about all their assets and all their debt. What will happen in a lot of these cases is that cases get filed, you're halfway through them, and then the debtor will mention, oh, I had this bank account that I didn't tell you about because it was in because it was in another state, or it was in my business's name and I didn't think it was important. Those are the things that can derail your case. So the most important thing to do is to be honest and tell your attorney about everything. Even if you don't think it matters, let the attorney decide whether it matters or not. Another question I receive a lot is whether filing bankruptcy will cause you to lose your assets. And the answer for most debtors is typically no. If you file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, generally speaking, you get to keep all your assets. If you file what's called a Chapter 7 or liquidation bankruptcy, it is true that some of your assets are subject to seizure. However, in the vast majority of cases, most people end up losing little to nothing. So the best bet, if you are considering a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, is to come in, have an attorney review all your assets, and that way if there is anything that's subject to seizure, we can come up with a plan that either minimizes what you lose or stops your loss altogether. There is no minimum amount of debt you need to file bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy for people who have as much as $2 million worth of debt and people with as little as $20,000 worth of debt. The question is, how much assets do you have and how much income do you have coming in, and can you meet these monthly obligations? And if the answer is no, you can't meet your obligations, then bankruptcy might be an option for you.